membership. Well, binary meaning you got two legs, right? In terms of where you are in the whole network. A left leg and a right leg. It's a simple model, right? And purchases from everyone below you, your downline, the word we use, just gets accumulated either onto your right leg or your left leg. Okay, and I'll explain that further. The benefits of a binaries is it promotes teamwork, right? So you're not only doing on your own, nor can you do a lot on your own. You really depend on others upline, right, and helping your downline to build up points of growth or members on both legs, right? So the commission is based on balancing the points accumulated on your right and your left. When you say balancing, that means both right and left, when they reach a certain number, equal, which is a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Because some MLM is 2-to-1, 3-to-1, but this MLM is 1-to-1. So, and here's just an example. So in your left leg, right leg, if they reach up to more than 300,000, right, both, then that's a match, that's a balance at the 300,000 level. If it grows 700, that's the next level. Okay, so it just, the commission structure is based on these levels. It is a very fair model, right? Compared, again, if you got experience with other MLM, this is very fair and also more importantly, very sustainable for everyone, even the company. So, and why is it sustainable? Here's the key. Your daily commission, that means the amount of commission you get maximum for a day is capped. That's why it's sustainable, right? Not like, some MLMs, the top gets filthy rich. They get few $1,000. They boast. They'll say, "Oh, I get few $1,000s every day without doing anything," right? Because some of them do not have a cap. But this one will have a daily commission cap. And here's another thing: anyone can earn more than the upline. Yeah? There's no such thing as you're at the top, right? You earn more than someone. All things being equal, if both of you are agents, same membership. If both of you are sales master, right? Okay, you have the potential to earn more than your upline. Right? So, and again, member income has a maximum limit, which makes, like I said, the whole compensation plan sustainable. Right? And here's the comparison. Most MLM, this is what happens. The top tier get the big dollars, and the lower tier is not. But here, it is equivalent. Like I said, your minimum commission for a day is US dollars 24. $24 US, which is that 300 balance, the first level, okay? And the maximum is about 1,400 US a day. That's all you get. No matter how many millions of points you gather on your left, right, that's all you get for a daily commission. Right? And it's the same whether you're first year or you're in your third year or fifth year. Everything is the same performance. Any questions so far? No. Okay, good. So we have what we call a point value. So every product carries a point, right? All the products carry a point. Right? And when you purchase a product, it will tell you how many points that particular product carries. Occasionally they have promotions, right? They might increase, instead of 50,000, they say, "Oh, for this month you get 60,000 points for this product." So
it's good like fly by points, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. So you have a PV point for every product that's purchased. Now, in terms of the income opportunities, I mentioned the daily commission. That applies to everyone, whichever level you are at, whether you are a sales master or whatever. Okay. So, and then there's the mastership bonus, which we were talking about just now. Sales bonus, different levels of mastership, right? As you progress. So, apart from daily commission, if you are in one of those mastership, you command another bonus on top of that. Then there's promotional gift. That means when you first become a sales master, they'll give you a free absolute and evening care as a gift, one-off gift, right? As you go higher, you get cash, you get card, you get all that sort of promote, just one of, right? And then, as a business, now here's where you want to get involved in Atomy as a business, just like Paula. She sets up an education, what you call an educational center. The educational center, right? The purpose is to provide a channel for products collection, to do this sort of training, right? To assist all the members, right? To join and share Atomy, right? Exactly what Paula is doing. So, if you are involved in that, you take all you cut all the costs to set this up, Paula, buying the shelves, running electricity and all. Every product sales that comes out of this education center, because when you join, you nominate which education center. So for us, Springville say because it's close to us, or because they recommended us and got us to join. And you can switch anytime, education center. So when you join an education center, whatever products that you buy, okay, the PV points get accumulated towards the education center, and they get a percentage, which is 6%. Right? So every
cost of
to cover all the costs. Okay, so that's so if you want, and you need to be sales master to
No diamond.
diamond.
Yeah.
Oh, not diamond.
Yeah, no diamond.
Wow, that's hard. Okay, you need to reach so that's
I think
further
diamond
down the track.
or auto cell to be to
Yeah.
run the center.
Well, somebody has a many time, but
Diamond,
Yeah,
but has to be
auto.
all the sales as well.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
just
Anyway,
diamond,
so here's where it becomes sustainable for Atomy and for the members. Because if you notice, the daily commission, every dollar that's sold, right, product, 44% gets allocated for daily commission for the whole global membership. Then 20% gets allocated for the masters, for their portion of their bonus commission. 6%, like I said, goes to the education center for every dollar sale. Atomy would then keep 30% for all their global operations and cost of goods. Right? And this is where this is fair. So if you look at that, every dollar sale, 70% goes back to the
Go
members.
back to the movies, yeah.
Right? And yet, Atomy is still doing well, building new HQ and all that,
Yeah.
expanding and all that.
Oh,
So with 30%, they're still
the new
growing
headquarters.
as a company
We're
and
not so
profitable.
big. I can't remember
New what?
the city. Yeah, what city is that in? The new headquarters? I can't remember.
I don't know. Types, like I explained earlier, right? 44%, which is across, these commissions are distributed across globally, around the world, not just locally to each country. Like I said, every product has a PV, and the thing to remember is, yes, two levels of PV. One is your personal, how much you personally buy, you accumulate, we call it personal PV. That PV never expires, never flush, stays with you forever while you're a member. The other PV, right, which is your downline PV, we just say the group accumulated PV. So that one, okay, it's for you to receive commission when the downline accumulates at different levels and matched. So it's not just balancing, but it also depends on what level of your personal PV is. Again, that's only about 7 levels that you can reach. First level being 300,000 points, right? So we encourage all new members, right? Unless you reach 300, you won't get any commission daily, even as a normal member, okay? But if you go up to 300 and above, at least you may not have, but once your downline balance, you get a commission, provided you give them, in Australia, an ABN and all that, because they need that.
now they already need driver license.
Only the driver license, yeah.
No, don't need
Oh, go to ABN.
Yeah, the
but-
ID, yeah. They
but
change it,
ABN,
yeah.
Okay.
ABN unless you earn over 15,000 per year.
50,000, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
15 or
I thought you need
Because
ABN.
those days, it was hard for you. Like,
that was
oh,
hard,
I don't want to
yeah.
register
That's
ABN.
Yeah,
right.
really.
Yeah, it was
You have
really
a ID card. Your
In Malaysia, the two left leg, it's unlimited. If you got 1,000 members on your right leg, right, every purchase from that 1,000 members gets accumulated. Okay, there is no limit. That's the beauty part about this, right? Infinite and unlimited.
That's good.
So here's where an example of how you accumulate points, right? So purchases, you got different people on your right and left. They each of them buy different amount, right? So it just accumulate to your left and right leg, right? And this is accumulative. That means today it's this. Tomorrow, this person could very well buy something else and it increases your left leg. But your right leg remains the same because no one buys for tomorrow, right? So it just keeps accumulate until when it reaches, right, both, okay? So now here I'm just talking about that unlimited levels because in some MLM, okay, it's fixed up to 6 level. Okay, and then that's what the term they use is called breakaway, right? In Atomy, no, right? Like I said, you've got 1,000 members, you've got 500 levels, you accumulate all that, okay? So here's how I mentioned earlier, your personal points, okay? It's lifetime, never resets. Now, your downline accumulates towards your right and left leg. Okay, you need a personal 10K to start accumulating. This is to start accumulating points, not to do with your commission yet. But to earn a commission, then you need the 300, right? But even with 10, you start with 10, minimum 10, you start having the ability to earn commission.
Just want to add one more. Because if you use like consumer account, if you reach 300K, you also not accumulate point unless you change to
Business
business.
distributor,
Oh,
Otherwise,
okay,
you,
not like the old days.
Which is when you join the time, if your friends join, they will ask you. Right?
You're joining as consumer or you're joining it as
Is
a
that
Distributor.
still called distributor?
distributor?
It's still called distributor, consumer or distributor. So if you join as consumer, no, you don't. Right? But you join as distributor, that's where you start with 10,000 and then you.
So when you sign up someone, then shouldn't you just automatically sign them up as a
Distributor?
Distributor.
Yeah, of course.
If they,
it depends
if
on
they didn't get the ID, we
it
cannot.
depends on the
Oh,
distributor.
so to join as a
Distributor.
distributor, they need to give
upload.
ID.
Yeah, license,
Passport.
driver license, passport, or
Key
In the
pass,
past it's ABM, but now.
any photo ID.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Passport as well.
The right and left leg keeps accumulating, and it, in fact, it never expires until it balances. Then it gets flushed. Okay.
Not like other MLMs, if you don't achieve certain days or
Yeah.
certain
Yeah, it's gone.
it will get flushed off.
So there are 5 levels of dealership, right, in relation to your personal PV. Right? Remember I said, so the first level, right, everyone who joins, the moment you get 10K, right, you are part of what they call a sales rep,
Sales rep.
right, and you start, accumulating your points. Agent, sales agent, which is 300K, okay, 700, 1.5, 2.4.
Someone blocking my car. Someone blocking my car.
Oh, and freebie, it doesn't take you long to reach this. Let me tell you that, products. So, but you don't have to rush to get to this level. Okay? It's no point being at the top level in your personal PV when you only got 20 people and 100 people here. You're still far off from reaching the
Or you're just a consumer.
top commission, right? So no pressure, just buy at your own pace. But
Eventually you will get there.
if anything, I would encourage you to reach 300.
Yeah.
That's it. Once you reach 300, that's it. Then don't be pressured at all, right? You are at the level where you can leverage or take advantage of your
Left and
right and left viewpoints, okay? And it will come to be pretty obvious afterwards. Now, in terms of the commission, right, there are 5 times according to that. So, Atomy will not only look at your personal PV. Okay, so here we say, oh, you must personally buy up to 300, 700, and so forth. There's another assessment that they do in the background without you knowing. They look at your right and left leg. Okay, so even if I'm new member, I only get 10,000, but I recruited a lot of people on the right, left, or whichever it is, right? if in the whole month, and we calculate, look at last month, if last month, the whole of last month, if any of your leg, which is the smaller leg, okay, not the bigger leg, so one leg for the whole of last month, okay, could accumulate to 1.4 million on your left leg, and then your right leg, 600 or more. So the smaller of the two leg group points, if you reach that, you become an agent. Even though you are personally only having 10,000 K. So that's another thing. But this is too hard to look at, you know, we don't even monitor because we don't know. So focus on just the fact that these are the levels.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the matching levels, right and left leg, okay, these are the levels, the 7 levels I was talking about. Okay, 3, 700, 1.5, and so forth, until 50 million points. Right, so as I mentioned, each level would command a different score in your commission, right? I'm slowly introducing terms like commission score, and then you know what I mean. So the combination of your personal PV and your balance levels equates to a commission. Right? So in this example, $24, which is the minimum, which I say, your personal PV is 10K, and you manage to balance 300K. You get a commission of $24 US. If you are at the next level, 300, right? And you still balance at 300, 70. So that's why I ask people, when you join, you look at that, work towards 300. Don't stay below 300, because there is a big difference. You know, $24 and $70, just for your personal PV.
So I think now the commission now a bit lower than before because
You get there, right? But here's another one, and this is the score points that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
This is fixed globally, right? It's just a matter of how much each point carries in terms of US dollars. Like as Lee pointed out, the weight has dropped.
Yeah.
Okay, you still get commission. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
So if you notice, maximum 2.4 million personal PV. So if you now accumulate more than 2.4 million, it doesn't impact your commission, your mastership at all. Yeah. So what do? You buy from other people's account and give them the points.
Yes.
If you're up to
Help
2.4,
out.
it
Yeah.
doesn't affect you at all.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just,
Okay, so just an example, like, you know, if you're an agent, 300, and you balance at 700, sorry, you only get 15, you don't get 30, alright, unless you go up to special agent. Okay, so that's how it was, a few examples there, right? If you are the exclusive distributorship, that means the maximum PV, personal PV, then you just get whatever the balance level is, okay? Same thing with the dealer, right? Even if you're a dealer, 1.4 million, 2.4, you don't get 90, you get 60 points. So once personal PV reaches 2.4 million, future purchase will not enhance your daily commission anymore. So here's just an example to show you, okay? Day one, you got 250, 300, target not reached. Next day, someone bought downline, bought 65, and it now balance, right? More than 300 each leg, you get the commission, okay? And then it flushes, and you start all over again. Right? That's the only time that your accumulated right and left leg points get flushed. When you receive a commission, it gets flushed, reset. And then the next day you got 140 and so forth. That clear? And this person is 322 PV, so that means he's at the 300K level. Right. So now talk about mastership, right? We are now moving away from daily commission, which everyone can earn. We talk about mastership. So the mastership bonus is calculated twice a month, from the 1st to the 15th and the 16th to the end of the month, right? So the system would calculate what is your total group right and left leg points accumulated from the first 2 weeks of the month. So they total it up and then they'll see whether you exceed the threshold. Right. Again, the bonus is a percentage of the global sales of that 15 days. Then 20% of that sales gets allocated towards this pool of Master Gym bonus. That's, like I said, one-time promotional gift. Right. So when you progress, you start out with Sales Master. Your portion, your share of the portion is you share along with all the Sales Master in the whole world. Okay? If there are 5,000 Sales Masters globally in Atomy membership, you'll be one of the 5,000 that will share 10% of the 2 weeks sales. So if it's $1 million, that's $100,000 pool shared by 5,000 people, right? So that's your bonus for that 2 weeks. That's how it calculates. As you progress in your mastership, you get less. You see that? 5 to 0.3. Okay. So that's why Sales Master is good enough. 10%.
Yeah, 10%.
Right? Obviously, being the lowest first level, you get a lot of Sales Masters. Right? You got Sales Masters. But having said that, you only got a handful of Imperial Masters, so 0.3% of the worldwide
That's
sales for 2
correct.
weeks, that's a lot of money. How many